Intellectual property or Indigenous cultural intellectual property is important to investigate because when you enter into a market, you need to protect your intellectual property, and a lot of Indigenous businesses haven't been able to do that because of the way that the intellectual property system is structured.
NLE is a 100% owned Aboriginal organisation. We're a member-based organisation. We've currently got 10 members spread across Noongar country, or Noongar Budja as we refer to it. NLE develops culturally appropriate, commercially sustainable enterprises, both itself and our individual member properties do. Intellectual property from a First Nations perspective and an NLE perspective, there's the Indigenous cultural intellectual property, and that relates back to that Indigenous knowledge and how that is applied and how that is used, and how do we protect that knowledge from exploitation from the broader community for the benefit of them rather than for First Nations people.
Native Oz Bush Foods makes a gourmet range of handcrafted native blends, jams, relishes, salt blends, and we also do ecotourism. Intellectual property in our business means that we can tell people what we do, how we do it, and know that it is safe on our country.
95% plus of the bush food industry is run by non-Aboriginal people, and so there's the big lack of understanding by a lot of those people in relation to Indigenous cultural intellectual property around the bush foods.
It all goes back to creating economic opportunity on country for Indigenous people. We understand there's a large disparity between what is bush food that's grown from non-Indigenous compared to Indigenous, and we believe that with things like ICIP, you can really find that that's the way forward to protecting the industry and growing the industry.
There's basically no legal structures within Australia at the moment to protect Indigenous cultural intellectual property. So we've got to try and work within the frameworks that are there. But for organisations such as ourselves and Native Oz Foods and Fig Jam, we're all three small organisations, just even understanding that breadth of how you even apply what is currently there is a minefield. So hopefully out of this project, we can work through a lot of those issues and then start to better inform the broader Aboriginal community working in this bush food space about how they can protect their ICIP. In a way, it's more of a fact-finding mission than a mission to change, the whole of society.
So there's challenges around actually how do you apply for intellectual property rights? How do you make it into the market? What are some of the branding issues? There's issues around protocols, access and benefit sharing agreements, and also non-disclosure agreements.
We have been exploring a lot of foreign or international markets. There's big gaps in trying to figure out where you stand with extracting bush food from certain parts of the country, and then how do you get them onto import list or things for other countries? How do you get them through customs?
I didn't actually know of WIPO until this actual project. Really excited to see that they've done this with Indigenous parties here in Australia, because it just means that if we've got organisations like that, we've got some sort of backing showing us the right way to do things, and they've got credentials that they need to stay with as well. So it's just showing us how to navigate that system.
So the next steps in this project and what we're hoping to achieve is really that the businesses can go away knowing how to apply for a trademark, getting through that process, knowing how to break into international markets. So the end goal is that we can start to see Indigenous products on the shelf that have been produced by Indigenous producers.
One of the suggestions that we've put to WIPO and the Department of Foreign Affairs and Trade is that out of this there could be a spin-off project whereby they engage the three Aboriginal organisations that have been appointed to work on this particular project, and we basically do a roadshow around the country around, well, what are our learnings? And that way we're trying to spread the word.